Hey guys, in today's video we're here at my sister's. I did ask permission before filming and showing her yard. I'm not going to show address or street or anything like that. We're going to do a mini tour today of her backyard. There's not much going on now, but there is some life. You can see here we have a grapevine. This is on its third year, I think. It has died down to the ground the last couple years, so hopefully this year it gets little growth on it. When you do start cuttings, it does take a couple years for them to get a kick in the pants and get the message to grow, especially put on any sizable growth. You can see she's got a real cute little wheelbarrow here that she painted. Little antique wheelbarrow with a metal tire. And a little mini garden that needs some sprucing up. There's a couple of things that lie in there, but not many. She does have a pear tree. We don't know what kind it is. We think it's edible, but they don't taste very good, so a couple empty spots. This yard, when she got it, was completely sand in the back. There's a pomegranate. Again, one of the cuttings that I brought her. You can tell it did have some dieback last year, but it was planted as a cutting last year, and it almost tripled in size, so I have no fear about it not taking over here. I think it'll do good. You can see there's a bunch of little tiny seedlings in here, and these seed pods, these were from Marigolds. She put one last year and it took off. Here on the west side of Albuquerque, it is a lot of sand, so that's one thing, is either for propagation or even some things you can't grow here in Albuquerque, like this, a palm tree. You're not supposed to be able to grow them. You can see there's a stump. I went to Vegas one year and I thought, well, since I'm here and I have a truck, why not see if I can take some tropical vibes back with me. And I dug out a few palm trees, nothing took. I brought 5 of them. They were all 3 to 5 feet tall. And this little tiny one at the base of this has taken. And she doesn't do anything special to it. She waters occasionally, and I fertilize probably once, maybe twice a season. She does the watering, and like I say, just the part that it's a little higher elevated and does have a lot of sand, I think benefits. You can see another empty bed there. Here we do have some bulbs, not too many. I did do a lot of her plants from divisions of mine, or when I order I try and get a little extra. You can see there's a couple daylilies about to pop up. Here we have the beginning of a little rose mallow, so that will get big. There's another one on top that gets huge. That's why there's nothing else up there. You can see another rose mallow on this side, and some lilies and daylilies, and a couple daffodils that already did their thing. Again, more daylilies, daffodils, some dwarf lilies. These ones are actually really cute. Here we have an iris, actually. I think it's a Dutch iris. Very pretty. The thing about these is, like I say, if I order, I try and get a little extra, and I'll put some in my yard and my mom's yard and try and spread it out. But it always happens to where I can take the same package and put some in my house and some at theirs, and they get colors that I don't. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I'm always like, oh, I should dig that up. You can see here's another, or the first of this video rather, Rose of Sharon, a hardy hibiscus. They do bloom. I think I put pink, purple, white, and a white with red center, I think. Only one of them is bloom for her. They are varying sizes because we did put them at different times. Not everything takes the first time. You can see this one grew huge. This is the one that I say blooms completely white for her. And the only one in my yard that hasn't bloomed for me is the one that I pruned in an earlier video. So I'm hoping that's the all white one. That's why I haven't dug it up or moved it or anything, because I don't know how she could have one and I don't, when all of hers were cuttings of mine. They're not seed grown, so they should be true to form and the parent. You can see this is what these irises look like before they bloom. Just a couple long blades of grass, and then they shoot up a stalk. And then down the stalk they'll put out a couple more blooms. So like here at a joint where it zigzags, you might get a few more. You can see the lilies have some buds on them. Another hibiscus. Now this garden's only, I'd say maybe 2 years. When she first got the house, it was just the raised beds on the end that were completely empty. Like I said, this was all sand. Here's another traditional rose, like I have in my rose garden. This one will only bloom once a year and then it's done, but it's still pretty, still covered in blooms when it does happen, and I mean, for free, why not? Here we have some more daylilies that are just coming up, a couple daffodils, I think. And this area here is one of those areas that I tell you, if you do a raised bed, you gotta be careful what you put in here, because they put native soil, so it compacts really tightly. Now the lucky thing is it is partially sand, so I mean, we can get some things to grow, but I've learned I have to amend the soil. You can see it's pretty dark in spots where I came through with manure and compost, and I actually have to help her rake it out, it looks like, for some bare spots. And here in the backyard, the last thing that we have to show is an apple tree. It's a dwarf because it's not very big, and it's been here since they moved, I think, gosh, like 10 years ago. It's been a while. They put the pear in the apple tree, and that's what the yard consisted of for years. And when she seen mine looking, she said, like a forest, she wanted the same. So I have been trying slowly, well, as fast as cuttings will grow, to get her yard to somewhat similar of mine. Now I do come in popping annuals and stuff here and there, but she's not the most religious waterer, or wasn't when I first started putting plants. That's why I got things that were drought tolerant, bulbs that come back easy. You can see, here's one of her little fountains. Not fountains, statues. We both do like butterflies, so she's got one of those. And that's about it. Thank you for watching, and hope this interested you.